Welcome, everyone. I'm Lisa D'Amico, the curator of Childhood Unmuted, hosted by the Cultural Alliance of Western Connecticut. And I'm here today speaking with Fran McManus about her piece, Liam's Tide Pool, which is in the exhibit. And I highly recommend everybody going to cawct.org to see Fran's painting. Fran, this painting is the most beautiful, almost like snapshot of childhood. Can you give us a little bit of your inspiration, the backstory, how it started?
Well, of course, you might surmise that the name Liam comes from my grandson, who is now 9. And the photograph was actually taken of our friend's grandson about 7 years before our grandson was born. And since he was our first, I changed the title of the painting to my own grandson because it's almost anybody's son. And it reflects my love of him as well as my love of the ocean and the beach and the freedom that gives childhood. I don't know if you love the beach, but as a child, it was a city kid's escape to this wonderful open scene, and you could walk anywhere and be safe and fall down in the sand and run into the ocean. I just loved it, getting together with family, and now as an older person, enjoying watching our children do the same thing.
It has such a message, really, of happiness and hope, because, like you just said, being a kid from the city and going to the ocean or to the body of water, it's a joyful moment. It really is a memory that you hold on to. I have another question for you regarding this. Now, this is oil on canvas.
That's correct, yes.
Tell me a little bit about your journey in art, because you have a real connection with the use of light in your work. It's subtle, but it is powerful at the same time.
Well, I started, I guess, like most people, with another career, and I had been a high school English teacher for right after university. And then I was home for a while with my own children. We did some traveling. I hardly did any art. Couple of adult ed classes here and there, but mainly I was making a living as a teacher. And then I became a real estate agent for another 30 years. And while I was a real estate agent, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I was taking some classes to kind of augment my knowledge. I started with watercolor in the late 90s when my own children were then in college. So it sort of filled a creative gap during my empty nest years. And my husband's also very creative, I must say, but his creation is music.
Oh,
And
wow.
our children are creative. My one daughter is a third grade teacher in special ed, and my other daughter does ceramics and has been an actress. So we all have that creative bent, I think, that needs to have expression. So getting back to my formal training, I would say it came to pass with watercolor first in the 90s, and then I went into oil. Various teachers in the local area. I live in New Jersey, and I went to Ridgewood Art Institute after I had been in the stable with the watercolor group. And I've been, since Zoom, I've jumped around and taken some Zoom classes across the world, but also during COVID, like a lot of people, I took some online classes. And that was with the Art Student League, which was a dream of mine, to kind of get into the city and go with the real people that are producing now. Kind of regretted not having any formal training as a younger person, but I think it's eclectic, and you're always learning, no matter what age you are. So that's basically not a very good summary, but it's kind of where I came from in the past like 20 years, just doing it on my own, but taking classes here and there. And every single teacher I have had has been just the most encouraging and forthcoming, with down to little tiny minutia of techniques, to just encouraging the gift in all of their students. So I've really been appreciative of being able to be in a class and be able to participate in that. Plus learning from other artists. I love the social situation that brings. Everybody is so kind in the arts. I think people are very encouraging. Like you, Lisa, it's
Oh,
wonderful. I found you. So it's so nice to have this opportunity to give some ideas to other people who need encouragement.
Fran, I have to tell you that I didn't expect the response that you just gave me to your training. You really feel like a very, lifelong trained classical artist. I mean, you have an innate talent that is dazzling.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you so much.
Listen, I'm the curator, so I have no motive for lying. I mean, I selected this piece because it's truly outstanding. And to hear your story and your journey, it really is inspiring to anyone who's interested in doing art during any time of their life.
Yeah, I think, you look at George O'Keeffe and even Whistler's mother. You look at a lot of people who start with art at various times in their lives, and it's never too old to learn. You're never too old to learn. It's a wonderful thing to be able to keep doing that, and I think it keeps you young. It does.
Oh, that's wonderful. Fran, I have enjoyed this conversation so much. I can't even explain it. It's just been great. And it's so nice to meet you and just get a sampling of your work. And I recommend everybody listening see more of your work for sure.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to participate in your group. I look forward to working with you in other shows.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Lisa.